Hey my makeup loving friends, so I thought I would do a quick ranking video. If you watched some of the first videos that I put on my channel, it was me outlining the ridiculous eyeshadow collection that I have. So today I'm going to talk about my top 5, bottom 5 eyeshadow palettes. So if that's something that you're interested in watching, keep looking. So I kind of figure at this point I have easily oh god, over 160 eyeshadow palettes. So it is a bit insane, but it is the one brand, not the one brand, but the one type of makeup I really gravitate towards. By the way, if you like this eyeshadow look, keep an eye out for the Blush Tribe, Palette Tribe, 1 palette, 3 looks and review video that is coming soon. It's look number 2. So I think we'll start with the stuff that I'm not too fond of. So the bottom 5. So at number 5 I have the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. It looks like this. It's a very cool toned nude palette. Don't mind the mirror. You could probably see my aunt's house. It's lovely, but you know, not for today. This is number 5, not because it performs poorly, but because it isn't very indicative of my current makeup style. I liked it when I initially got it because it suited my needs at the time, but my makeup needs and wants have evolved somewhat, and a lot of what I'll be talking about as well today is about stuff that I might have liked at one point, I mightn't like as much, or I mightn't have loved initially and do love now, because you know, what I like this year may change completely next year. That's how these things go about. So this is number 5 in terms of my bottom 5. Number 4, you'll see a lot of these are just poor purchasing decisions on my behalf, is the TooFaced Love Palette. I don't even think this is being sold anymore, but it is essentially just a 15 pan eyeshadow palette that also comes with an eyeliner, which I haven't used because that's how bad I am. It's a very, very neutral eyeshadow palette, and if you have watched me for a while, you know I gravitate towards greens, and that is part of what kind of brought me into this. I saw that green and kind of went, I can do things with that. And I kind of haven't. What I do like is, as per usual with TooFaced, they give you, and I've kept it, a little lookbook. So that's always appreciated. So they're just there as to how to do them, and I am interested in doing this look because it's green. But it doesn't, I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't really capture the sort of thing that I am entirely interested in at the moment, but I think I should take it out a bit more and play with it. So it's not that it's bad, it's just that I make poor makeup decisions. So that was number 4. This is number 3. It is the Urban Decay, I think it's called the Distortion, yeah, Distortion palette. This is a 15 pan eyeshadow palette. When this came out initially, I managed to not get it because I was like, oh, well, this isn't interesting to me. I don't think I could make much out of it. And then because I'm an idiot, a sale came on and it was 30% off, and I thought to myself, well, I like Urban Decay. I do. I really like the formula. I you know, in general, quite like their stuff. And I thought, well, it's 30% off, might as well get it, complete the collection. Yes, because I was that stupid that I was like, oh, just buy an eyeshadow to complete a collection. That's ridiculous. You can't do that. There's too many eyeshadows. You can't complete a collection. There's too much. There's too much. So I've moved on from there. But it's very difficult to get a solo look from this. This is a palette that you would have to kind of pull in with other palettes, which I don't mind usually, but this kind of gets forgotten about. And of course there are some repeat shades, so such as the shade Blackout. I have that as a single because it's always good to have a black eyeshadow, although I do get annoyed when they put them into eyeshadow palettes because I'm like, we all more than likely have at least one eyeshadow palette that has a black in it. But I mean, it could be worse. So yeah, this one is number 3 just because I find it really hard to get something cohesive out of it. But I think I should maybe make a video of using these palettes that I dislike, maybe a one look with each of the 5 palettes. I don't know what you might think. Palette number 2. If you watched one of my early videos, I will leave a link somewhere here. I gave a review of the Huda Beauty Neon collection. In general, I didn't really like the 3 neon ones that came out, but this one, the green one, particularly offends me. It's not really that green, and I don't know if you can see, but I've really dug into it in the pan. It also, sorry about the reflection from the mirror, but anyways, you can see I probably have dug into this quite deeply in the pan. It was really hard to get any colour payoff. It's not a true green, and trying to make anything fun and truly neon out of it was quite difficult. So I was sad about that. So that is very clearly at number 2. Number 1 in terms of my bottom 5 eyeshadow palettes is the LA Splash Classic Horror Collection. I saw this come on sale at Christmas and it was 30% off. You're going to see a theme here. If I see sales, I do somewhat lose my tiny mind. So the packaging is amazing. I think we're all agreed there. Yeah, it's so cool. And then I open the actual eye colours. Yes, right? Anyone surprised that there's a pretty vibrant green in there? No, neither am I, because that's what I gravitate towards. They look beautiful in the pan, but that's it. When you swatch them, actually, maybe I should swatch them now just to give you an idea. They are horrific. They do not swatch well. Actually, do you know what? No, on my look, they'll probably swatch okay today. So I'm going to swatch the top row. So the yellow, the orange, the green, and the blue. They look okay on the fingers. But then when you go to swatch them... Oh. No, they're actually performing well now. Well then. Maybe I need to review... Okay, I'm definitely going to do a video where I am using my bottom 5 palettes to make a look. Because they did not perform very well initially. Because I remember being really underwhelmed. I even put it up on Instagram that I was like... Huh. But I suppose you can't tell a lot from swatches. I found it so hard to blend them. But now I'm confused. Okay, I'm going to wash off my arm and I'll be back in a bit to talk about my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. So now that we have done our bottom 5, we're going to do our top 5. It's interesting that in the bottom 5, at number 5 we had an Urban Decay and we have another Urban Decay, but for number 5 in our top 5. So this is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. This is limited edition. Don't know why, because when you see this, it is beautiful and it totally speaks to me. Open. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I mean, you can see I've really used that green shade. It's called Mean. You can see each kind of column has a really specific colour story where you could make a really good cohesive look. And I've really enjoyed using this. It even comes with a brush, which isn't bad because usually brushes that come with palettes are a bit touch and go. But I really enjoy this and I really think they should make this part of their permanent collection. I don't know why they didn't. At number 4, it is quite possibly my favourite Juvia Place palette yet. I say yet because they're always coming out with something new and interesting. It is the Tribe palette. So this is their green toned palette. Anyone surprised? I do love green. This is, ooh, you can tell I've used this a bit. This is just a stunning 9-pan palette. This shade is part of what interests me the most because it looks like it's this sort of a champagne-y colour almost in pan. But if you tilt it, you can kind of almost see there's a green tinge to it. And when you put it on, that's what you get. It is this really unusual sort of a duochrome. I really, really, really love that palette. It is beautiful. It blends beautifully. The quality is just excellent, and it's very affordable, as is Juvia's Place in general. At number 3, we have a Certifeye palette, and it is their Affinity 2 palette. Again, you're going to see this and be like, there's a definite theme here, Teresa. You have a problem. This is a blue and green toned eyeshadow palette. This came out, I want to say around about March, April, maybe February of this year, so 2019. It is just stunning. It blends so well. It is an 18-pan eyeshadow, which usually I'm not into an eyeshadow palette that is huge, but this is really cohesive, and you know, the blends between the lighter colours and the darker colours really helps you to make a really strong look. So that is number 3. I'm hearing my cat whinging because she's like, I want to help you with the YouTube, but she can't because this is the guest room and she'll just lie down somewhere. So number 2 is a Colourpop palette. You might remember that Colourpop did this whole monochromatic series, and they essentially kicked it off with this palette, which I have at number 2. It is their It's My Pleasure palette. I love purple eyeshadow. I really, really, really enjoy it. And the quality of this is just excellent. It isn't, I wouldn't say it's a truly purple palette. It's like somewhere between purple and pink, but it's beautiful. It's, you know, affordable. I think it's $12.99. So well worth the price in my estimation, and it just applies beautifully. I have no problem with blending it out. I think it is, out of all of their monochromatic series, probably the best one. And for number 1, this is at the moment my favourite eyeshadow palette that I have in my collection. If I was to lose all of my eyeshadow palettes in the morning, this would be the one that I would go and buy first. It is Blush Tribe's Hasina 2 palette. It is stunning. It is just all kinds of beautiful. Again, you can see greens, purples, blues, some of my favourite tones just ever. And yeah, they have a black in there, but I don't mind because it's just, the rest of it is just so beautiful. I don't know if they're still selling this. I hope they are, because I highly recommend it. I think if this is the sort of shades that you gravitate towards, the quality is just excellent. And the black, I know I don't talk about black eyeshadows that often, but the black is like ridiculous. Like, it a bit fell on my couch and I couldn't get it out. Like, it was nuts. It's highly pigmented. Yeah, I think this is a great eyeshadow palette. So that is it, my top 5, bottom 5 eyeshadow palettes. I'd love to hear what you guys think. What are some of your favourite eyeshadow palettes? And what do you think about me maybe doing a look with each of the top 5, bottom 5 palettes? Just to see what I can make out of it. See if I can, in Tim Gunn's words, make it work. If you liked this, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.